What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about CCIV. Market opened today. It pulled back to around $30 after finally officializing the agreement that they were going to merge with Lucid Motors after hours yesterday. It was a little bit earlier than expected. I had a lot of people reach out to me a little bit confused on why the pullback was so much. What was to be expected, and where we can go from here. So in this video, I wanted to go over exactly what the details of the merger means, why it pulled back, and where it is going to continue to go. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss this. Guys, first off, let's take a look at the charts. You can see this is over the 1 month period. We saw a steady incline since the January 11th announcement saying that they were in the talks with Lucid Motors to merge potentially. If you look at right here on February 11th, that is when the news about them being close to a deal started to spike. This, confirmed to investors that, all right, well, if the news can come out saying that they're close to a deal, this is more than just a rumor, and that it's most likely going to happen. That's when you saw a huge uptick from $30 all the way to $60. I had my price targets. I said in previous videos, I expected this to hit 65, 70. It touched 65 intraday for a little bit, and then it began to pull back a little bit farther. However, people are a little confused as to why the huge sell-off today. 33% down. It's starting to come back a little bit. It did hit lows of 30. Well, we're going to go over that a little bit. Okay, let's get into, I want to mention this also before we do. Let's get into, this is when it was announced right here. It was announced, they closed at about 57. It did go up a little bit, maybe $5 a share to about 62 before eventually selling off. Okay, so let's take a look at the deals, okay, and the definition of exactly what happened with the merger, because there's a little bit of confusion here. So according to the press release, the two companies are coming public at a combined equity value of $11.75 billion. However, it also outlines how Lucid Motors has a pro forma equity value of $24 billion. That's why you continue to see those two different numbers. If you look at just what the definition of pro forma when it is come in accounting, the purpose of pro forma financial statements is to facilitate comparisons of historic data and projections of future performance. So that's what they're based on, their future performance, which we know Lucid has come out and made very, very bold, promising statements of the amount of production and deliveries they're expected to make. And I think investors are at a point where they might be looking at it as a little bit far-fetched. However, considering that they have enough capital now to be able to do it, okay, and all of the executive team and basically them being able to put up a massive building in our warehouse in Arizona in record time, it kind of does help me lead to believe that this is possible. All right. I also want to include, guys, is that they do have a $4.4 billion cash offering as well. And basically how that works is it's very similar to what I mentioned on my channel many times, is the Nano Dimension share offerings. When they do a share offering, that's why it was priced at, the pipe deal was priced at $15 per share. When they do a pipe offering, which is the same thing as very similar to a share offering, okay, in comparison, we know that it dilutes as they add more shares, okay, so it dilutes the stock price. However, if you look back at history, especially with Nano Dimensions, it's very short-lived. That's why I think today you saw it dip down to 30 and then be able to begin to pull back up. I do want to note here, all right, that investor place analyst Luke Lango sees Lucid Motors as the next 10x opportunity. He wrote that CCIV is worth $70 today, and that by 2040 Lucid could be worth $600 billion. And Tesla currently is at $700 billion. I believe it reached a very close of about $850 billion before it started to pull back. Lucid plans on being able to produce 400,000 vehicles in 2028. If they can go up on that promises, being in comparison with Tesla delivering 500,000 vehicles and reaching that almost 900 billion, I can see them being worth closer to that 500 billion range by 2028, which still provides a huge opportunity for us. All right, let's get into this article a little bit more. This one talks just a little bit more details about the valuation as well, and a couple things I wanted to point out. This was a little bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news situation. All right, I had said to everybody in our private community, if you're interested in joining, it's the first link in the description. I said to everybody in the private community on Saturday exactly what my plan when it comes to investing in CCIV. I did expect there to be a little bit more of a push once the news was announced, and we also did think that it was going to be happening on Tuesday and not Monday night. However, the push up was very, very short-lived, and then it began to be a huge sell-off, as now many other institutional investors are buying up shares as well, which is also what's caused to raise the price from $30 all the way up to $42. Now I think it's sitting at about $38. So does this give a buying opportunity for us in the future? Absolutely. Okay. Do I think that it's going to continue to rise from here? I thought it was going to get to about 40, 45. It looks like it's hanging around right around that price point. And then we'll kind of see where it goes from here. I don't expect there to be a lot of volume and activity continuing over the next few days. Right now, the market has begun to pull back a little bit. All right, the Fed, Jerome Powell was speaking to the Senate Banking Committee and talking about rising inflation and rising bond yields. All right, however, I will let you know that he said that he does not plan on slowing any of the purchases of mortgage-backed securities and bond yields. They're going to continue to do it, which means that interest rates are not going to climb. Normally, they wait about 18 months after they stop the purchasing to be able to raise the interest rates, which means the easy money, okay, which is what the era that we've been in, the easy money, the free money, almost free money, but easy money they call it, is going to continue for the time to come. They're going to wait for the economy to fully recover, all right? If you guys are looking to get into this, as I do think that 38 is a good price point. I did sell off some of my position, as I had said to everybody I was doing in the private group, to be able to reserve some capital. All right. I have, after investing in the stock market for over 15 years and going through many, many other different stocks, releasing new products, mergers, and so forth, I have come to the conclusion that I'm okay with missing out on more higher potential gains as long as I can manage my risk. I talk about it all the time. Nobody ever goes broke by being able to sell those 10, 20, 30% profits. All right. But when you shoot for those 100% profits, when you try to chase the game, when you get in late hoping for it to reach higher, that's when you end up losing money. So I still do have a position in this. At this point, it is 100% just house money, and I will continue to let this ride for many years to come. I'm 31 years old. I have a long, long time before I sell my business, or I, decide to, spend time down in the Bahamas vacationing all the time, even though I don't think I could ever do that. But very long time, and I can definitely see Churchill continuing well beyond, if they continue to make their or deliver on their promises, well beyond that 600 billion market cap that we talked about, which would provide a substantial amount of return over the long period of time. If you are looking for other stocks to get into, guys, at this point, right now, the tech sector has been absolutely hammered. Okay. If you look at Apple is a phenomenal buying opportunity. I had said that even just a couple days ago. Huge stocks like Apple, like Tesla, if you're waiting for the pullback, if you think that, $880 of a high was a little bit too much to get in, well, you saw 660 as of today. All right. Potentially that's almost a 25. It's a 33% gain off from the high. Huge opportunity. Unless you feel that Tesla as a company as a whole, after being in the game for so many years, that is just worth 30% less as a company, rather than just seeing this as an opportunity where investors literally just shift money out. All right, this is a great buying opportunity if you're skeptical about potentially these high growth stocks. Now, as investors feel a little bit more secure that interest rates are going to stay the same for a little while, you can expect these blue chip stocks to continue to rise. So, guys, I hope that provides you a little bit of ease and a little bit of understanding of what exactly happened with CCIV. I will continue to cover this as the years go on, as time goes on, because once we slowly get to see the production being made, how many vehicles Lucid actually sells, and so forth, it's going to be really promising. I also do want to mention that $4.4 billion in cash is good news for investors as a long term, because it's going to be able to provide capital for increased production, demand, and so forth, guys. So, guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed anything I said, all I ask is that you like and subscribe. And if you are interested as well, please consider checking out the first link in the description, our private community. We'd love to have you over there. I'll see you in the next one.